recording, so I'm not forgetting. Yeah, and you want it, and you want to sit on the floor. Don't sit on a height for this because you can't get the action in your buttocks well enough. Thank you all for your contribution.
Oh, good job. Yeah.
Thank you.
I always forget it in the car.
Sharon and I both had to go out and run for it.
Missed the ropes. Rope room.
Well, maybe we can string something from.
Yeah.
Strong enough.
Do I have time to run to my car and get my money?
Huh?
Do I have time to run to the car and get my money? I forgot to bring it in.
If you want.
You have 2 minutes, no, 7 minutes, you have 7 minutes.
I had shoes.
I would put some shoes on though. That's what's cold out there.
Oh, we're so coordinated today.
So, just a little progress report on my sister-in-law. All of her tests came back. There's hardly any spread of this lymphoma, which is located right here, which is what made the disc explode. And she started chemo, and she has to get a shot to make her red blood cells come up. So, but they have projects today. So
Fabulous.
she's doing fine, which is great. Yeah. And hopefully Ken will come home on Monday. But so far, so good.
Is he the butler?
Huh?
Is he the butler?
Is she what?
Is he the butler?
He's cooking bottle wash, but she does quite a bit. He says one of the problems is she doesn't sit down enough.
Well, yeah, that's probably good.
But that's her,
Yeah.
that's her normal way. So don't change that. Yeah, it's that she feels well enough to be active is great, Okay, I think we have Tifa.
I don't think
Here,
your
she's got a
microphone's
cold.
on.
Huh?
I don't think your microphone's connected.
Hold
when
on.
you walk away, it's
Hold
not as
on.
strong.
You know
Okay.
what it is? I have to reconnect it. Hold on the computer all the time. There, now it is. Do you hear it now?
Yeah, I think once you walk away, it'll, because we can hear
let me walk
everybody.
away and make sure. Can you hear it now?
Yes.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have to actually select it. I don't know why it goes off. It used to stay connected, but anyway. All right, as long as you can hear me. All right, Tifa, take it easy. And when we go to lie down, I want you to take extra height under your back and extra height under your head so that if you have drainage, it's not going to go into your throat. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, if you have a cold, it's fine. You're fine. If you have a cold, lying flat down is unfortunately not a very good thing for you. Okay, everyone, I think we can get started. Close enough. So we're going to practice this breath called the 4-7-8 breath. There's another breath I want to teach you. If we have time today, we'll do it. It's a breath to coordinate your breathing, to actually make your diaphragm and your breath work better together. So we'll see how the practice ends up. It's another really good breath from the breath book, the book on breath. Very good book. I highly recommend that book for everyone. Okay, so whatever pose you're sitting in, first of all, completely relax your jaw and your tongue. See that even with the eyes open, the eyes are resting toward the back of the skull, that there's a sense of introjection with the eyes. The tongue is quiet, the jaw relaxed, but the chest is lifted and open. Take a few moments to observe your breath. See that the skin on the front of the body has the sensation of moving up when you breathe in, and the skin on the back of the body has the sensation of moving down when you breathe out. See if you can have that sensation. It's the beginning of observing breath. The front of the body moves up on inhale, the back of the body moves down on exhale. It's a very simple, profound way to quiet the mind. Now we'll perform the 4-7-8 breath 4 times. We place the tongue on the roof of the mouth, gently blow air out with a whoosh sound. Now breathe in for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoosh out for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoosh out for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoosh out for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoosh out for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now return to normal, natural breathing. Have the gentle sensation that the front of the body, the feeling on the front of the body is that it moves up from the pelvis toward the throat. And on exhalation, the skin on the back of the body moves down. On the front of the body, on inhalation, the feeling is the breath comes up, and on the exhalation, the breath goes down the back. Make any little adjustments in the position of your head relative to your spine to see that the breath is easy and clear. Good. All right. Now, the first pose we're going to take is Paripurna Navasana. You want to take a strap. You want to sit on the floor for this. I'm going to show sideways. In this pose, I want you to pay attention to where the strap is. That's in the shoulder blade area, because that part of the back needs to come in. So I'm going to put this strap around my shoulder blade, put it up underneath my armpit, take one of my legs, put my foot in to measure the strap, see that the back of the body is in, not out, and then I add the other foot. Then from here, I draw that shoulder blade area in, and I'm here in the pose. Chin is tucked. Try to keep your feet not much higher than your eyebrows. Back of the body is up. Adjust your legs so that the back is slightly tilted back and the legs are slightly up. Now make this easy. This is supported, very supported, and has an ease to it. Can you feel that? Now see that on the inhalation, and tighten your outer hips, that helps. On the inhalation, see that the breath is moving up the front of the body. On exhalation, it actually starts from the occiput of the head down to the buttocks. Keep the back body firm, shoulder blades cut in, legs firm. Legs are active. But there's a feeling of ease in this pose. Now, does everybody feel how extended your back is? So your back is not rounded, it's very extended. You can all feel that action. Good, and then come down. All right, now you're going to take that same strap, don't undo it. I'm going to have you lie down. You can have head support if you want. Place the strap around the feet with the legs wide. Now, if you want to widen your strap, open your strap. And what I want you to do here is press the outer edges of the strap with your feet. Don't let your feet come over. Keep your feet aligned with your hips and press your buttocks down. Extend your legs. Draw your shoulder blades in. So this becomes an abdominal action in that way. Have your strap so that you feel the stretch on the inner and the outer leg. See that the inner and the outer legs are firm against the bone, but don't push your sacrum down. Rather, push your buttocks down so that the sacrum slightly comes up so that the abdomen has to lift. Now, pressing the upper arms down, connect that shoulder blade area into your back. Stretch those legs. Press the strap with your outer feet. See that your outer feet are pressing down, pressing into that strap. Yeah. Make it a little tighter if it's too hard. There, now push out. Oh, you got a cramp? That's better. Good. Now, everyone, from here, I want you to take your anal sphincter up inside your body. Lift the anal sphincter, and if you understand how to do it, take your perineum back toward the floor and up inside the sacrum. That's Muladhara Bandha. Good. Release that. Make it tighter. Now push. Does that help? Yeah.
I can feel it.
You really feel it in the hips. Bring your leg. Bend your knees slightly. Yeah. Do it that way. Yeah. Now take that Mula Bandha and now take your lower abdomen, Uddiyana Bandha, all the way to the floor. Your lower abdomen just above the pubis, all the way to the floor. Inhale, exhale, push it down. Good. Release that. Good. And then bend the legs, come down, take a break. Okay. So that's the beginning of Maha Mudra. Go ahead and sit up, and we're going to get ready, positioned for Maha Mudra. Now, most of us will need a little bit of height to sit on. There are lots of blankets here. I would take a blanket and set it up corner-wise. Do you see how I have a triangular shape here? So that when I bend my left leg and place my left foot against the inner right leg, the blanket is not under my thigh. So we're going to sit in this position. The knee is directly out to the side of the hip. It is not back like in Janu Shirshasana. Good. Now, don't square your pelvis so your hips face the front of your mat. So take your left hand in front of your left knee and pull your right hip back so you're squared. Now from here, you're going to go very slowly toward your foot. Now, if you need the strap, you can use the strap as an extension, but otherwise you go very slowly and hook the 4 fingers and 3rd finger around the big toe, and then have the thumbs touch. The other fingers can interlace. Now from here, lift upward, contract your buttocks, lift the abdomen up, bring the head into Jalandhara Bandha, and observe your breath. When you observe the breath, you observe the breath in the upper back. The legs are active, the arms are active. The chin is tucked and the chest is touching the chin. The chest, the sternum is lifting to the chin. Very good. Now from here, you're going to take a breath in, hold the breath, take Uddiyana Bandha, draw the abdomen up toward the spine, hold, exhale the breath and let go of the grip of the abdomen. Once again, take Ashvini Mudra, Mula Bandha, chin is tucked, hold the breath, release the breath and the grips. One more time. Inhale, Ashvini Mudra, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha. Hold the breath. Then release the breaths, the grips, and come out of the pose. Maha Mudra. Change legs. Square your hips. Go very slowly toward the leg. Grasp the big toe or use the strap. Shoulder blades on the back. Nice extension on the back. Now lift the sternum. Bring your head in for Jalandhara Bandha. Now exhale the air. Inhale. Hold the air up in the upper chest. Take Ashvini Mudra or Muladhara Bandha. Uddiyana Bandha, lift that abdomen in and up underneath your rib cage. Hold the breath. Then when you have to let go, at the natural conclusion, let the air go. Let the grips go on the body. Then inhale, draw the Ashvini Mudra, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha. Hold. Contain the prana. Then when you have to let go, let go. And one more. Don't let your body go forward. This is an upward pose. Don't be in a forward bend. This is a forward bend. This is an upward pose. Keep the chest well lifted, the shoulders drawn back. Don't let your shoulders round. Go into the pose. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha. Exhale. Slowly come out of the pose. Sit for a moment in Dandasana. Good. All right. I want everyone, if you can be near a wall for this pose. Now, there aren't too many of you who are doing regularly headstand. So I'm going to give you a alternative. But everyone can do this version. So place your mat up against a wall, and I'll show you how I want your blanket folded. I'm going to give very specific instruction for the support for the head. Okay. Everyone, if you can, go ahead and grab a blanket. What I'm doing here is the blanket starts this size, and I fold it over and back. So it's a tri-fold. Now watch how I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you support on the wall for those people who don't do headstand. If you have long sleeves, pull them up so you have a sharp, clear edge to lean on. Sleeves will allow you to fall. You're going to take headstand position, but the blanket is going to rest over your forearms. Your fingers are folded. I'm close enough to the wall so my heels can be in the wall. I come up and place my head down. My heels are against the wall and my back is lifted. I have support for my head, and this is pressing my wrists down, which need to go down. Those who from here can go into Shirshasana, so you're here, you can walk up the wall and take half Shirshasana. Or if you're steady, you can come into Shirshasana. You need to find your distance to the wall. Do not have an angle, have a straight L shape. Okay? Go ahead. If you don't want to walk up, that's fine. Just have your head down. Tifa, this will not hurt your cold. It'll help it, if anything.
Okay.
If you turn around, you can walk up the wall. That's why I set it up that way. Here, why don't you come over here? Use this. Or okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right, exactly. Yeah. Make sure you're on the back of your head, not the front. So Gail, bring your elbows closer to the wall. Your head is not on the support. I want it on the support. Yeah. Yeah, that's it, Sharon. Perfect. Now lift your back up. Yeah, and press your feet in the wall. Yeah, excellent. You could be closer, but you're fine. Yeah. Yeah. So here's what I want you to do. Hold your head and drop that. That's it. Now, that's it. Now, make your outer legs firm, your arms firm, lift your back, press your arms down. Yeah, good. Now, see if you can take one leg up. Good. Now, lift the other sitting bone equally. Good. Square your hips. Good, everyone. Good, Leah. Keep your outer hips very tight, very firm. That's it. That's it, Gail. That's it. Lift your back up, and if it starts to bother your neck, I want you to come down. Good. Make your legs do a lot of the work. Good. All right. And then everybody come down and take a break. How did that feel? That's okay. Some of you, headstand is not recommended. But for most of you, some version is okay. That's a great way to do it because you have that wall experience. Okay, next pose, let me change. You're going to do some version of, why are you turning on me? Hold on a minute. My camera has decided to be AI and do its own thing. It was loose. Okay, you're going to have shoulder stand, either classic shoulder stand or a chair. I'm going to show what I'd like for classic shoulder stand, but I'll also show a chair. Let me use your space so I don't have to move. All right. So for classic shoulder stand, you have a couple blankets, and you can walk up the wall. Now, what I want you to practice getting into this, and I would take a bolster, always have a bolster for your hips, so your hips help you get up. Yeah? So like this. All right. Now, most of you aren't as narrow as I am. I'm small, so your blankets may have to be more open. If the elbow, let me turn this up. If the elbow is not on the same surface as your shoulder, you do not have access to your elbows. Your elbows are what you plant the weight on. I'm going to use a strap just so that I show a better pose. I hope. Okay. You see, this helps lift my hips already. So I go up. I take my time to walk my shoulders under. And I place my hands. And I bring my weight onto my elbows. Then I come into the pose. Okay, so what I find, this is not sufficient height for me. I would not be able to hold this. I would need one or two more blankets. So I recognize that and I take the support I need. Now you can also use a bolster because a bolster is usually higher. But if you've got a bolster here, put a bolster here. So you have the height you need so that the back is up. Now, if you want to use a chair, then chair shoulder stand can be done in center. You can do this version, which is a little easier. You can also do this version. This is not shoulder stand, it's Viparita Karani, but this is shoulder stand. It's what you want to do. If your head hangs off, you're not in shoulder stand. Your shoulders have to be here, so your head is not hanging. Your neck and your shoulders have to be more on a level with each other. So let's do the pose that works. Shoulders, weight is on the elbows and regular shoulders in. Yeah. How's that? Okay. So here's what I don't like about this pose. There. Now you can lift your back and you have much less tension in the head. Do you feel the difference? So head should never hang in this pose. Now, Tifa, for your throat, keep your feet on the wall and lift your back up and widen your throat. Make sure your throat stays wide and soft. Okay, now, bring your feet forward. First of all, legs together. You're an advanced student. Don't do beginner pose. Now, bring your legs forward. Lift your buttocks up. Now, don't use your legs. Press down on your elbows to bring your legs back. Yes, now your lower back is straight. Do you feel? And you're using your legs much more. Yeah. Good. Yeah, Sharon, that's a much better height. How is that on your back? Good. Because you have the right height. This is excellent. I'm so glad you can do this. It really strengthens your back. Do that again. Bring your legs forward. Lift your buttocks. Now don't move your legs. Press back on your elbows. Yeah, and do you see how this gets lifted? It's very abdominal. Shoulder stand has a lot of abdominal action. Beautiful. Bev and Leah. Leah, do this. Don't look at me. Just listen. Bring your legs more over your head, just a little bit. Now lift your buttocks way up to your heels. Now, don't you move your legs, but bring your weight onto your elbows to move your legs back. Yeah, better. Do you feel how that lengthens your mid-back? Good. All right, everyone. Very nice. That's it. Bring your feet to the wall for a moment. Bring your elbows a little closer.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a practice. Okay, let's come out of the pose. Slowly, slowly come out. All right, now we're going to get into our breath positions. All right. That's the extent of the asana we're going to do today. We're going to now work on the breath. So, what I'd like everyone to do is have your mat and we're going to start with some basic breathing because we haven't, it's been a while since we've practiced pranayama. I'd like you to have a couple of blankets narrowly folded on, you can use my blankets once I demonstrate. Now, Tifa, you can use a bolster instead of blankets so your back is lifted. But what I want everyone to observe, and let me just turn sideways so everybody can see me. Is the waterfall effect of the body. Okay, so when I go to put my back on here, you're going to find where it helps your breath release. I found yesterday I could move closer. Today I had to move further away. I want you to find where it relieves your breath. Typically, I'm going to say rest your rib cage, not your lower back, against this edge. Everybody is so different and our needs are different day to day. So you're going to have to find that place. So I put one blanket a little bit further back than the other, so it's not a sharp edge. I find where it supports that rib cage, and then watch, I tuck the shoulder blade, then bring the head support in. So this part of the chest is high, the belly is low, the arms are to the side. The head, forehead should tilt down, throat soft. Okay, now if you want more height or less height, that's fine. You can put blocks under here, so go ahead and use this for your, is that enough? Yeah. Sometime in the morning, yeah. In the morning, sometimes I need more head support, but I want you to feel that you're not working to open your chest. You're just simply, take your eyeglasses off. Tifa, get your back up a little bit, or unless you feel comfortable.
Yeah, it's okay.
You feel okay? Okay. Make sure you don't have any feeling of drainage. If you've got a little bit sinus congestion or cold, you want your head and your back elevated, well elevated. All right. If anybody's got questions, just unmute and let me know. All right, now, level yourself, move your blankets back so your feet won't go off. Yeah. Adjust yourself so the right and left side of the buttocks are even. The shoulder blades are on the back. Now, everyone, once you've extended your legs, I want you to reach through your heels. Too often our calves are not addressed. Reach through the heels so the whole back of the leg is pulling the buttock toward the leg. Good. And then adjust your arms so that the two elbows and the knuckles of the hands are the same. So if you want to have one hand that turns more than the other, adjust the more flexible hand to the less flexible hand. Now relax the jaw, let go of the legs. Let the legs fall away from each other. Now you begin to feel where the tensions of the body are causing your mind to go there. If, for instance, you feel tension in the knees or the legs, a little height under the knees is helpful. If you're okay there, go ahead and let go. If your shoulders are bothering you, it's acceptable to place your hands on your belly, keeping the shoulders on the floor. Relax your tongue and your jaw. Now, I want you to open your eyes a second, and I want you to see if your head is, in fact, level. A lot of us tend to tilt the head to one side. That allows the brain to fall, and it puts you to sleep. So I want you to pay attention and keep your head level. Okay? Now, from here, I want you to notice that feeling of the skin of the front of the body gently coming up from the pelvis toward the top of the chest on inhalation, and on exhalation, the skin moves down the back. Now, this is simple, but this is very profound in the way it takes your mind and brings you to a quiet state. So it's a simple but effective way to begin to calm and quiet the mind so you can more deeply pay attention to what you're doing. Skin on the front of the body moves up on inhalation. Skin on the back of the body moves down. See that the eyes are closed if you can. Breathe through your nose. It is found scientifically that when you breathe through your mouth, you are elevating your blood pressure and you're putting strain in your organic body. Do not breathe through the nose, no matter what you're doing. Breathe through the mouth. The mind will be effective and the nervous system will be much calmer when the mouth is not the orifice of breath. When the nose is what you breathe through. This is if you're walking fast, running, anything. You breathe through the nose. Very ancient wisdom that the exercise people are finally realizing. Good. Now, as you breathe in, I want you to feel the skin at the back of your body move inward. Not muscular, only the skin. As you breathe out, the skin of the back of the body moves in, not out. As you breathe in, the skin of the back of the body moves in. As you breathe out, the skin of the back of the body moves in. It is a sensation of subtlety. It is not a muscular sensation. It is much more refined, much more subtle, and it helps to bring your attention more deeply inside the body. Skin on the back of the body moves in on inhalation. Skin on the back of the body moves in on exhalation. Keep that rhythm. Every once in a while, check to see that you're not tilting your head to one side. Some of you, your head is tilted. So open your eyes, check with your peripheral vision, and adjust your head. Good. Good. Now, begin to recognize that most of us, when we breathe, we pull the air in and the rib cage opens. Notice that and begin to shift. So instead of the breath opening the rib cage, you're going to intentionally lift and spread the rib cage on inhalation. Hold the spread of the rib cage as you exhale till you're almost through with the exhale, and then release the rib cage. Keep it within your capacity. Do not strain the breath. This is to be very subtle. So as you breathe in, it's the rib cage that moves that brings the breath in. As you breathe out, the rib cage moves to release the breath. As you breathe in, the rib cage moves to bring the breath in. As you breathe out, the rib cage moves to bring the breath out. Keep the back, skin on the back of the body moving in on inhalation and on exhalation. Your mind has to be in more places than one. This is extending and training the mind. The whole practice of pranayama is about the mind. It's about training the mind. Good, everyone. Now, you're going to notice at the end of your inhalation, there's a moment before the exhalation occurs. At the end of the exhalation, you're going to notice that there's a moment before the inhalation occurs. Bring your attention to those moments. At the end of the inhalation, there's a moment before exhale begins. At the end of the exhalation, there's a moment before inhale begins. Now, what we're going to practice is called kumbhaka, the holding of the breath at the top. So you're going to take a breath in by expanding the rib cage, lifting the breath up, holding the diaphragm, the back of the body moves down, it doesn't move up, and you hold the breath until it's time for you to breathe out. Just do the holding of the breath at the top right now. If you find that you're having to recover your breath, you're pushing. Back off 50%. Some of you, your heads have turned. Adjust your heads. Not just your blanket, adjust your head. Inhale, see if you can pause at the top. Hold that breath, not with strain, but with constancy of attention. And then as you exhale, release the breath. Good. Practice that a few more times. Feel how the ribs and the mechanism of breathing are being affected by this practice. Keep the throat soft, the jaw quiet, the forehead relaxed. Good. Now return to normal natural breathing. Now we're going to explore the other end of the breath. So you'll take a normal breath in, hold for a little bit. Don't hold as long. Now allow that breath to go, and at the bottom of this breath, take Ashvini Mudra and a small, tiny Uddiyana Bandha to hold the exhalation at the end. And then breathe in when the body says to. So you take a normal inhalation. If you want to briefly hold, that's fine, but not as long. Allow the breath to return. At the bottom, take Ashvini Mudra and Uddiyana Bandha, but very slight, not strong. And then, when the body needs to breathe in, you'll breathe in. Go ahead. Good.
I hear a television.
Oh. Yeah?
Kitty, kitty. Oh, you're not gonna stay.
Oh, she's letting her cat in. Now, return to normal natural breathing, but observe how these practices have affected your normal breath. Is there more space? Is there ease? Good. Now, very slowly, carefully, bend the legs one at a time and slowly roll to your right. Stay on your side and rest there. Let your breath become normal on your side in this neutral position. Good. All right. And when you feel ready, bring yourself up. So I was going to bring a whole box of Kleenex for us to do one of these practices, but I didn't, and I forgot it. Does anybody here have some Kleenex with you? One? Nobody? You have them in your car? Can you run out and get it? All right, I'm going to show you at home. You need some Kleenex for this. We're going to clear the breathing system before we go on. I want everyone sitting in a pose that you can hold for a while. That's not challenging. So say if you're sitting in Virasana or Baddha Konasana, or whatever, you have some back support, or you sit on a chair. Okay, I'm going to show it sitting here because this is how I usually do it. But if you want to sit up on a chair or some other pose, that's fine. The back, you can actually support the back. Karen's going to get us some Kleenex for that. So this process, I'm going to turn the lights back on. All right. So this is one of the basic ways we learn how to work with the breath. It's not advanced pranayama, but it helps you understand how to work with the mechanism of breathing. Thank you. Fabulous. So everybody take a Kleenex here and recognize that once you have this Kleenex, don't go putting it on your yoga props. We'll toss them at the end of the class because you're going to have to clear your nose. All right. So this is called Kapalabhati. And if I remember the translation, it's bright skull practice. Okay, what does that mean? I don't know. I've never understood the name and what it has to do with the breath. But I practice it fairly often as a way to clear the system. So what it is, you can do this without using the hand, without having it be digital, holding the nose, or you can do it with the nose. But I'm going to show it without the nose first. So the first thing you do, and you can do it in Jalandhar Bandha, or you can keep the head up. So it's very basic. So what you do is you take a breath in, and then you're alternating the push of the breath, but the push comes from the diaphragm. So it's like little, Carolyn Belko, my teacher, used to describe it as little rabbit breaths. You know how the rabbit nose kind of goes like this? So that's what I'll get closer to here so you can see. I don't know if you can hear or see me, but it goes like this. So but the action is here. It isn't here. It's from the diaphragm. You see, it's now, if you want to use the alternate breathing, or if you want to use digital, you close the nostril off that you're not breathing out. The mouth stays normal. Okay? Try it out. This is very good for what you're going through, Tifa. Kapalabhati. So it's alternating between right and left side. Skull shining breath, that's what it's called. Okay. Now, say that again. Yeah, it clears the head, but the action is in the abdomen. It's from here, okay? So it's a head, and then you blow your nose, right? And then you do it again. Now, usually, I was always taught to do this at the end of practice. Never made sense to me. So if I start in seated pranayama, I don't do it lying down. But if I'm starting seated pranayama and I'm all, I'm not clear, then I'll do that breath because it helps clear it. Now, everyone take your right hand. Well, if you're left-handed, use your left hand. Take your right hand. I'm going to show a couple ways to do it. The classic version is the two forefinger and third finger bend toward the palm, and the other three fingers are encircling the nose. But the way it's taught in the West is those two fingers that are bent here, because we're not used to it, rest on the forehead, and the other fingers control the nose. The little finger is just really kind of out to the side. So you've got your right finger on the right side of your nostril, the left on the left. Okay, now, does everybody know exactly where the nostril closure is? I bet you don't. Go ahead and put your hands on your nose. Go up about halfway. Do you feel that indentation? Come down until you feel the indentation stop. That's where the nose closes. It doesn't close here. It's up here. It's the cartilage. That is where the closure is. So you place your fingers and you go right, left, right, left, right, left. Try it out. Try it out that way. And it's very gentle on the nose. It's not a hard pressure. Okay? Okay, I think you all are practiced enough where you have that rhythmic, one of the things Mr. Iyengar used to say about pranayama, number one, the most important sense organ is the ear, is listening to the sound. Most important, much more so than the nose, the eyes, the mouth, or anything. It's the ear. The other thing is, this action of the fingers is to be very subtle and gentle. It's not a hard push. Okay, now how many of you kind of got that? You're able to work with the fingers a little bit. Because I want to go on and do some digital pranayama today. Okay, now is everybody fairly comfortable in your seat? Okay. You can also sit up against the wall. I'm just checking my time. Okay, now, we're going to practice what's called nadi shodhana, which is, it's called alternate breathing. I am going to teach you the version that's in the breath book. It's a little different from what I learned, but I really like it because it is in line with holding the breath at the top and holding the breath at the bottom. And the holding of the breath improves your lung health. Okay? And that's one of the reasons I've been emphasizing it. So what you do it's actually fairly simple the way they teach it in the breath book. You have your fingers in place. Now he starts on the left. In all the years I've studied pranayama, we always start on the right because of the movement of the nadis in the system. So I'm a little bit more wanting to do it that way. So anyway, you breathe out on the right. Breathe, you have both fingers on that nostril notch. You release the thumb, breathe out. You inhale on the right, hold the breath at the top, hold the thumb against the notch, release the left thumb, and breathe out on the left. At the bottom, hold both fingers on the notch, hold the breath, then breathe in on the left, hold at the top, breathe out on the right. Breathe in on the right, hold at the top, breathe out on the left. If you can hold at top and bottom, do so. But if you can't do that, hold at the top, okay? See if you can get into that rhythm. It's better that you practice it than might tell you how to do it. If you're all practiced enough, you can figure these things out. Now, Tifa, what I find is when I'm congested, I don't use my fingers at all. I just pay attention to the breath coming in on the right, going out on the left, coming in on the left, going out on the right. It's more imagination than it is sensation. Okay, that really helps. And when my nose is clogged up, I will not use my hand.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody get that a little bit? Put your pelvis a little closer to the wall, Bev, so your back is well supported. You can also put a bolster behind your back so your whole back feels support. Okay, all right. Now complete that practice. Okay, all right. So what does this do? Why are we doing this? I don't like to have you do something unless you have some understanding of what you're doing. So this balances the right and left side of the brain. This is a balancing breath. Now I'm going to, because digital is a little complicated until you've been practicing it for years. I do it, I've been doing it for years, so I'm able to do it with both hands and, it's fine. I want you to take it home and do it on your own. But now I'm going to have you do the breath the way Ramanan taught without the use of the hand. But what you do is you breathe out on the right, you breathe in as if your nose is at your cheek. Everybody put your hands right at your cheekbone. That's where you want the sensation of in-breath, not as close as your nostrils are. So you breathe in from the cheekbone, you breathe out on the inner septum of the opposite nose. You breathe in from the cheekbone on the left, you breathe out through the inner septum of the right nose. So do you see how it goes right to left? So try that. Everyone exhale the air out of the lungs, breathe in through the cheekbone of the right, breathe out through the inner septum of the left, breathe in through the cheekbone of the left, breathe out through the inner septum of the right. Do it with gentleness, ease. You can have the eyes closed or open. Have it be an experience that's very subtle, but you can begin to distinguish between how wide the in-breath is and how narrow the exhale is. The reason we bring the breath out on the inner septum is to slow the exhalation down. So if you can slow that exhalation down by paying attention very closely to that breath moving on the inner septum of the nose, then do so. And this you can do for quite a while. Relax the tongue, the brow, keep the armpit chest well lifted. Have the sense that the eyes are resting toward the back of the skull, that the sense of sight and smell and taste and touch are withdrawn deeply in. Good. All right. Then slowly release the practice. Okay. So those are the main pranayamic practices I was going to work with today. Now I would like to put you into 2 restorative poses. They are to be comfortable but opening, okay? One is Supta Baddha Konasana, and I'm going to ask, hopefully all of you have a bolster. I'm going to borrow my bolster back, that you have a bolster for this, all right? Tifa, I would take a bolster or whatever you've got and support the back end of it. Anybody who wants that back end supported like this, you can. I'm going to, because I don't like my upper chest down. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a blanket for my head, and I'm going to have my legs completely supported. Yeah, you might need them. All right, let me get flat. All right, I want you to tie your legs for this. So, if you sit on your bolster, have some support for your legs. So I'm going to place the strap under my feet. The strap has to go between my legs and around my back. And then I tighten the strap in so that the strap and the buckle never come up here. They stay down. I place the back of the strap down near my lower sacrum. I lie down on the ground. My hips on the ground. My legs are supported. My upper chest, the feeling is the whole front of the body goes up and the back of the body comes down. And your chest, do you see how wide and open and lifted I am? There's no feeling of sagging toward the belly. And then you're in this pose. Okay? Supta Baddha Konasana. Lots of back here. You need a bolster. That's not going to support you at all. Yeah, that won't support your back. So use. Yeah. I want you to feel your pelvis has to sit on the floor. Are you on the floor? Yeah. Move the flesh of your buttock away. Do you want support for your legs? Okay, you're going to be here 10 minutes. So if you don't have support under the legs and you're here for a while, you may be unhappy. I would support your thighs. I never do this pose without support. Otherwise, then you're going to come out. Yeah, much better. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I have more supports if anybody needs leg support. Nancy, do you need leg support? Because you're not going to be able to sustain this pose long if your body opens and opens and then there's no, just too much. Now you're so open, but it just really helps to have that. Is that good? Yeah. Now, if you're not warm enough, let me know and I'll throw a blanket over you. Okay. Make sure the feeling. Your what? Your coat? Okay. Yeah, absolutely. You want to be warm. The body does not relax if you're not warm. Yeah. Do you want it just on your feet?
Yeah.
You good? If you want to put your arms above your head, go ahead. That opens the chest. but relax your throat and your jaw. Now, the tendency in this pose is to say, okay, I'm done, I want to come out. I want you to work with your mind and just notice that's mental snow like on a TV. Just disregard it and let it go. Just stay and rest. If you haven't adjusted yet, make sure the flesh of the buttock is moving away from your back and toward your legs. And see that the skin of the back is moving down and the front body is moving up. Now everyone, gently let your chin fall back in. Notice you're not stressing in that chin area, in that neck area. If you're feeling chilled and you want cover, if you're here, let me know and I will give you a cover. Relax the jaw. Let the forehead rest. If that's bothering your knees, Bev, just release the strap and straighten your legs. Don't worry, that you don't have to have the knees bent. It just helps to open the pelvis. This pose, Tifa, is a really good pose for a cold. Yeah. Because it opens the lymph glands in the pelvic area and in the chest area and in the stomach so that that lymph that's clogged or toxic can move through. Feel that every exhalation breath is a moment of just divine grace, and every inhalation breath is a moment of divine grace. And the exhale is the letting go of what is not needed physically, emotionally, mentally. Not pushing it, letting it go, but understanding that what we have and what we experience is part of our, it's part of our karma. It's part of what we have. And there's no reason to fight it. If you have a cold, you're burning your karma. It's a good thing. That means seeds of karma which were planted before they sprout, they come forward so you can work with them. Relax the jaw. Let go of the tongue. The tongue is an expression of the mind moving. Let go of the root of the tongue so deeply that you feel the quieting of the mind. Let the inner corners of the eyes sink back toward the back of the skull. Let the arms be heavy, the legs be heavy. The breath be light. Let the breath become so gentle and so delicate and so light. It's called a short breath. It's almost difficult to experience. It's so refined and delicate. This is a penetrating breath. Now, for the last 5 minutes of the practice, I'm going to end the class sooner than 12 today. For the last 5 minutes, you have a choice. You can either stay in this pose, you can extend the legs, release the strap and extend the legs, or you can lie flat, which would be a really good way to end your pranayama practice, is to lie flat on the floor, head supported. You can support the legs or with a bolster or blankets, but having the spine along the floor, except for Tifa, that won't feel very comfortable, so you want your back elevated. If you want to stay in Baddha Konasana, by all means, stay there. Now, if the mind becomes busy, allow that busyness as if it's a contained thing, let it spread out into the universe. Just watch it. Let that feeling of disturbance of the mind just go outside of yourself, just spread out. That's a very important meditation instruction. When the mind becomes busy, just let it go outside. Relax the jaw, the tongue. Now we have a couple more minutes. Take your time. Bring awareness to the breath. Bring awareness to the body. Very slowly bend the legs. And then slowly roll to your side. If you're on your side, take your time. Use your breath, use your arms, your legs to bring you to a seated position. Okay. Thank you all. Namaste. Have a good week, everyone. We're going to have class at Myra's on Monday at 11. I will send the notice out later today. Thank you all.
Thank you.